Hello and welcome to the Legacy Lost Music and Radio Paradise Show. And yesterday I traded a Grundig 350 SDL and a Ringo Ranger ARXB antenna for a Yaesu FT-2900R, the FT-2900R. 75 watt high power 2-meter only radio. They call this the king of 2-meter mobile radios, I guess, because of the power output. It does not have a fan on it, but it's got a giant heat sink on it, and it's got a very good display on it. And let me show you what it is. And it's let me see right here. Okay, let me get a good angle on this radio here. And the face was a little loose on this yesterday. I know the guy had it in his truck for a while. There's a couple of little Allen screws in here, and I tightened it down. And I just had a tiny little bit of gap in there, but I fixed that. Really heavy duty unit here. It's got the nomenclature on the top here for the Yaesu, and very nice feeling knobs. This knob is a little, I don't know if it's just a little worn. You can brush on it and it kind of sometimes is a little sensitive. This microphone here is the DTMF microphone MH48. Sorry. And it also illuminates. And it's got a very quick trigger on the key up. It's a little too sensitive for my liking. It's very light, kind of toyish feeling, but wish it was slightly a little heavier possibly. But it is a decent quality. It's lights up like a red color, and I'll show you that. And now this runs, they recommend a 25 amp power supply on this, and I've only running a 10 and 12, so I can run the low power on it, which is 5 watts, and low 2, which is 10 watts. Then you got low 3, which is 30. It's kind of pushing it. And 75 watts, it really struggles. So you really need a good heavy-duty current. I wouldn't recommend putting this in a cigarette lighter running over 10 watts or anything like that. You know, it's a heavy-duty radio. So for any kind of serious talking there, you want to have a pretty substantial power supply there. So keep that in mind with this radio. It does use a little more juice, but I think the benefits outweigh the especially for the display. I like the display, and it's easy to use. It took me about 3 hours to program it by hand. That's including like 50 or something repeaters, alpha tag, and everything. The actual menu's not too bad. And sorry about that. And let me see, I'll power it on here. You got a red power button. I'll see if you can see my call sign when it pops up. It should only last a second here too. I'm sorry. Camera's kind of tricky here getting this to stay because it's in a confined space here. So let me see. I apologize for that. Let me get this to go. You'll see KN4AQJ. It's my call sign, and it already powers up. And let's see. Shut the light off here. I'm not going to go through all the functions and everything since this radio has already been reviewed several times on YouTube. But it's going through a call. I have an external speaker hooked up to it. And what else can I say about it? It's 4 of the buttons out of the 5 in the front light up. This is just like a lock button. You got your volume, your squelch, and I have all the basic repeaters in like a 50 square mile, 60 square mile area, so give or take. And I got a couple forestry and dispatch and the railroads, and just a couple things pertinent to the area also. And I love this thing. It's got excellent audio quality. It's got a good transmit and very heavy duty feeling, and It's all actually got a thermometer in here too. You go through the menus and it actually has a temperature sensor in here. I heard a lot of people having issues with this overheating. It powers off when running the 75 watts. I guess it would depend on your duty cycle. And I do have the bracket for this too. There's supposed to be 2 feet with this. I'll have to ask the guy if he had them. He can stand it up a little bit to let the cooling fins, because this is just a heat sink. It's basically a heavy duty heat sink and requires a lot of airflow. But there's no fan built in it, but I usually have the ceiling fan on. And but I just run on 10 watts. That's all I really need. And if it's something real far, I might bump it up to the 30, but even that. But if it's there, you need it, but only use what you really need on these. So anyway, I highly recommend this radio. I think they go for about $175 or so, or online, and different prices, different places and stuff. Approximately that. So, but anyway, highly recommend it. It's an excellent deal, and if you like 2 meters, you want something that's going to last you a while, get you the Yaesu FT-2900R. Again, that's the Yaesu FT-2900R. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thanks for the watches and likes. Appreciate it. 73s.